Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Enhanced Sports Show. It's set at 4 o'clock in the New York, New Jersey area. My name is Lou Tenor, and pleasure to welcome you to another edition. It's a fine day here in the area. Unlike last week, we had tons of rain here. Ugh, just awful. I didn't think I was even going to get through my whole show and everything without the power going out. But hey, I made it. So thankfully, we took care of that. As usual, we have a lot to cover this week, so let's get right to it. I'll bring you my I'll bring everybody in. Okay, we'll start with Diane. Okay, Steve, are you there? Well, I know it's not Steve Davidson. Steve Kent. All right, Mike. Mike is here, and Jimmy. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. First order of business. I think it's safe to say that we know what's happened with Aaron Rodgers. Hmm. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Jack. Yes. Steve is here. Steve. I believe it was on turf. Yeah. No, four. Right. Not at all. Not at all. That's why I keep saying grass is a safer surface. I mean, I know it's not going to eliminate injuries completely, but come on, we're talking about player safety here, and that's what's important. And it's about time that the NFL adapts to natural grass so we can avoid those nonsense and hearing about serious injuries to calf muscles, Achilles tendons, ACLs, etc., etc. It's time to move over to the 21st century, people. All right. Yes. 5 minute rule, guys. Sorry. Steve Davidson just walked in. Steve, your thoughts on the Jets injury, and is it better to use natural grass or turf? Exactly. Mm, yeah. Yeah, but chances are it's less serious though with grass, I think. Before I get to the oh boy. Mhm. We're gonna count the Pro Bowl. Mike, but what do you think would be better? Thank you. Uh, okay, Diane, grass. All right. Um, what's Jimmy? Right. Yes. And I believe this is David. Welcome back, David. Yes. Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, David. I look at it like this. Grass is like you're it's kind of soft and mushy. When you go on turf, it feels like you landed on concrete, and concrete is very painful when you have that kind of when you suffer that injury. You know, speak for myself. Yeah, I mean that's the way. In reference to what I said about concrete, that's what it feels like when I fall on. That's what it feels like, and that's a lot harder to get up from a grass surface. So just to keep that in mind. Oh, we go on, two notes of interest. First of all, some of you are celebrating Rosh Hashanah, and I want to wish you all a very happy New Year with that. And two, belated birthday wishes to my brother Anthony and his niece Savannah. They were born the same date. No, not the same year, but they were born the same date. So it'd be pretty weird they're born the same year. For the record, she turns 17. Oops, I should have said that. Oh boy, her father's gonna kill me. Her father's gonna kill me. Yeah. All right. So speaking of the Jets, well, before the season began, they had pretty decent odds to win the Super Bowl. Now, forget about it. The odds have dropped off like a rock. All the major sports books have completely, well, or almost completely, have written the Jets off. What a surprise! For instance, Caesars. All right, Caesars not terrible. They dropped their odds from 16 to 1 to 35 to 1. All right, not terrible, not great, but not terrible. While other sports books made more severe adjustments. Despite the Jets' overtime win against the Bills on Monday Night, FanDuel dropped the odds to 65 to 1, a far cry from when they were a week ago. Okay. Multiple sources indicate that Rodgers will miss the end of the season, which he will, after an MRI confirmed that Rodgers tore his left Achilles tendon on the fourth play of the game, although X-rays did come back negative. The Jets opened week two against Cowboys and Big D as 3-point underdogs, but now with injury to Rodgers, the line opened up to the Cowboys being 7.5 favorites. Only 7.5 though. Wait, but thought more than that. Zach Wilson, who was selected second in the 2021 draft, will be the starting quarterback going forward, unless something else happens. But Wilson is not great as a starter. He's only 8-14 and was demoted twice last season. That's another worry I have. Prompting the Jets to acquire Rodgers in a blockbuster offseason trade with the Packers. See, that's what I'm talking about. He's not great as a starter, and he had so much trouble last year. And they were looking for, and they had to sell for Mike White, who's no longer with the Jets. So this kind of worries me about going forward using Wilson. I don't feel very confident about this at all. Would you repeat that? Yes, that was a while ago. Yeah. Yeah, but but see, we had so much high hopes this season with Rodgers coming in, and now it's all flat. So this was a more, critical. Yeah. Yeah, the defense now is good. It used to be our offense was awful. Now our defense was awful, and our offense was good. Now it's reverse. Now our defense is good, and our offense is pitiful. So it's kind of like reverse. Yes, Steve. Yes. Yes. Right. Yeah. You mean miserable. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah. All right. Mike? No, we're talking about the odds of the Jets winning the Super Bowl since Rodgers got injured. So now, what do you make? What do you make of our chances now of never mind the Super Bowl, well, making the playoffs? I mean, never mind making the Super Bowl. I think that's done. We'll see. Uh, Diane, I'm just afraid of that. Jimmy, hmm, all right, all right. David, right? Yeah, no, you can say that again. Oh boy. We have another sad note to mention here. Former NFL receiver Mike Williams passed away at the age of 36. Agent Hadley Engelhart said the news back on Tuesday. Williams was in intensive care at a hospital in Tampa Bay, Florida, since last week after a out of construction accident that left him partially paralyzed. The Tampa Bay Times called cited Tierney Lyle, the mother of his 8-year-old daughter, reported that he was taken off the ventilator last Thursday. Williams played college ball at Syracuse. He first came on the scene in 2010 with the Bucks, catching 65 passes for 964 yards and 11 touchdowns. His touchdown reception total set the franchise record at the time for any player. He wound up second in the Offensive Player of the Year voting. Not bad. Williams finished his career with 223 catches for 3,089 yards in 63 games with 52 starts across 4 years with the Bucks and a year with the Bills. What a shame. It's a shame to happen like that now that's a freak accident, guys. Just, yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm not going to go in any order here. If anyone wants to make comments on this, go right ahead. This is a free for all. Yes, yes, yeah, yes. Hang on a second. I got a call from a oh boy. I got to take this call, Russ. I'm in big trouble. Okay, from my old hometown of Nutley, New Jersey. For the record, would you state your name, please? Hello, all right, Mike. Are you there? 973. You're on. Yes, you're on. you have a question? Yes, yes. Sure. Oh, oh, wait, yeah, we spoke the other night, correct, I'm sorry. Um, um, yeah, we were discussing the, passing of Mike Williams and the injury, of course, we have with the Jets, with, Rodgers. So any thoughts on that or let me get Yes, thank you. Right. Yes. Mm. Would you tell everybody your name, please, again? Sean. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Sean is new to the show, but he does a wonderful podcast on Wednesday nights. You might want to check out sometime. So that's pretty good. It's nice to have you aboard. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to some basketball right now because the FIBA World Championships were held last week, and unfortunately for the U.S., yeah, not good. We could do only better than fourth place, as we couldn't even medal, as we lost to the bronze medal against Canada, who hasn't won a medal since the dinosaur age. Okay, 1936 Summer Olympics, which is close. Um, they came out empty in the World Cup, losing to Canada in overtime, no less. Shy Alexander, a Canadian product, continued his superstar role, scoring 7 of 31 points in overtime to beat the U.S. 127 to 118. Yuck. Dylan Brooks, also a Canadian native, scored 39 points and was the highest scorer in the game overall. Mikal Bridges proved an iconic moment with a 4-point play, rare as that is, uh, as he missed a free throw intentionally, chasing down a rebound, then spinning and firing a three-pointer with just zero point 0.6 seconds left to settle for a tie sending game up to overtime. It was just a reprieve. The memory of this day will live on as Canada got its first medal of any kind since 1936. That was the Summer Olympics. And for the record, they placed a silver in that 36 Olympics. The U.S. failed for the second straight time, in the World Cup to medal. That has not happened since 1970, the year of my birth. Oops. The U.S. was hampered by not having Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Pablo Banchero due to illnesses. Kind of disappointing, guys. I was expecting at least maybe a silver, bronze, or maybe even a silver, but we couldn't even get a medal of this again. I mean, are we just that bad now in international basketball, or are other countries stepping up and giving us a run for our money here? I mean, we had a tough time in the semifinal round against Germany, uh, but Germany, of course, outsized us all. They were bigger and stronger, and that's what did us in. So I really wasn't surprised by that. But what does it say? What does it say for the state of U.S. playing in international basketball? By the way, though, they will compete in next summer's Olympics. All right, Steve Davidson, your thoughts on this once great USA basketball story? Oh, thanks a lot, Steve Kent. Thank you. In this game, yeah, just say shy. Surprise. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. But as the old saying goes, you can't win a game on paper. Mhm. All right. No. Right. Yeah. Taylor Phillips just joined us. Taylor, you're welcome to put in your comments on any of the topics we just mentioned, or anything else in your own. That's right. No, that's right. As the old saying goes, you have to earn it, like Smith Barney. Got it. Sean, Sean, your thoughts? Hello, Nutley, Nutley, New Jersey. I'll get back to him. All right, Mike. Yeah. All right. Um, Diane. Diane. I think so too. Jimmy. Jimmy. There you go. Right. Yeah. That's definitely the word here. Predictable. Yes. Sean, are you there? Nutley. Nutley, New Jersey. Hmm. All right. So I'll move on. Right. However, oh yeah, take it off mute. Take it off mute. So, but there is good news as they did reclaim the number one in the world rankings actually. Yesterday. I know it sounds kind of hard to believe, but we did claim it. Remember, because Spain, who was number one, didn't even make it to the quarterfinal run, and they dropped off like a rock. So they're back on top. So despite a fourth place finish, the U.S. came back in the top of the world rankings. The U.S. flipped spots with Spain, who was top overall a year ago, as the updated rankings were released just yesterday. Spain drops to number two, but Germany makes the big jump from 11 to 3 in the world rankings after they beat us. They didn't beat us very soundly, but they still beat us. It's possible that the U.S. will keep the top ranked spot heading into next summer's Olympics and will aim for a fifth straight gold medal. Remember, we have won the last four Olympic tournaments in Olympic basketball, but only two of six in the World Cup. It's a whole different ballgame, folks. FIFA updates the rankings every few months. Yesterday's update rankings for the first time in 7 months. Spain took over the top rankings in November of last year. FIFA's ranking system changed in 2017 and takes only the last 8 years into account. The Olympic gold medals from Rio and Tokyo factor into the current rankings and help erase the back-to-back failures in the past two World Cup tournaments. The U.S. finished seventh in 2019 and fourth in this year's FIBA tournament. So it's not all that. I mean, it's not all that great considering they lost. I didn't medal in the tournament, but good to know that we did reclaim the top spot in the world rankings thanks to thanks to Spain's downfall in this tournament, and that helped us out a lot because Spain didn't even get to the knockout round, so they were finished in group play, then fizzled out. And I think going into the Olympics, I think it's a pretty good solid lineup. So I think we're gonna keep our number one ranking, and I think we're gonna be in good shape to win our fifth straight Olympic gold medal. Steve Davidson, your thoughts? All right. Okay, Mike. could be possible. Well, we'll have to wait and see how the pairings rank up. So we'll have to wait on that. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how they pair how the pairings come later next year. Jimmy, right? Diane, you have confidence. Okay, Sean. Yeah. Mm. All right, and Taylor. Okay, I take it that you have some doubts about heading into 2024. Well, I'm still hoping out for hope for 2024. Because I think they're getting better, especially from the last World Cup they did back in 2019. That was a disaster. Oh, Steve, I got some news for you about your Wizards. They re-signed for Ty Gibson to a one-year deal. Mark Ballenstein of Priority Sports confirmed the free agent's plans yesterday. He he's averaged 3.4 points and 1.9 rebounds in almost 10 minutes of playing time last year. In two starts in 49 games last season. In 14 years, he's averaged 8.7 points per game, 5.9 rebounds with 445 career starts in 945 games overall. So looks like you got yourself a good deal here with the re-signing of Gibson. Okay. I'm sure. That's a positive sign. What do you think to myself? Yeah. Um, Jimmy, you're a kind of a wrestling fan, so what do you make of that? Yeah. Right. Yes. Anyone else have any thoughts? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, some people think it's a sport, others don't. So I'm gonna say a thing about some other sports as well. Yes. It's okay. It's all right. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Right. This is true. This is true. Yes. Right. Let's see what Alex has to say about that. Alex? Yeah. Well, we went to WWE slash UFC. Steve was just mentioning something about that. Right. Right. Yeah. Most of the time they do, yes. Especially ratings. Yeah. All right. More NBA news. The Sixers have signed guard David Duke to a contract Monday. Terms were not disclosed. What a shock. The former guard from Providence averaged 3.7 points per game and 1.3 rebounds for the Nets last season. Oh boy. He also played for Long Island Nets in the G League, averaging 23 points in 22 games. So that's good for for the minor league team, but kind of disappointing, as far as the Nets for our NBA Nets. In 45 games with 7 starts, Duke averaged 4.2 points and 2.1 rebounds. Yeah. Goes over to our rival, the 76ers. That always burns me up. Whenever they go, across the river, I mean, past the Jersey Turnpike and go over to the Sixers, that always bugs me. I mean, you're for some reason people do not seem to be happy playing for the Nets. So the quickest thing to do is go over to Philadelphia. It just makes me sick. Anybody else have any thing to say about that? Him going over to the enemy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Sean, assuming you follow the NBA, I'll get back to you. Okay, Mike. Yeah. Jimmy. Neither am I. No, they don't. Diane. No comment, I guess. All right, right. Sean, are you okay? Sean, are you still there? No comment. Okay. Okay. Before I go on anything else, I think it's a good time to bring up the ridiculous item of the week. All right, how many of you are familiar with ESPN's college football pregame show? It comes on like early Saturday mornings. College football Saturday. Anybody familiar with it? Well, well, you wouldn't believe what happened last Saturday, or maybe it was the week before. But I caught it on YouTube. One of the one of the panelists did the ultimate no no. Lee Corso. He dropped the ultimate F bomb on the air. That's right. He dropped it on the air live. I mean, he also wore the mascot uniform. He had the bullhorn. He dropped it. And he was like saying that word and wore the mascot thing. I was like, this is just completely ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN had some disciplinary action against him because you cannot say that on the air, even though you just didn't mean to do it, intentionally. But still, that was just stupid on your part. I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but that was like, oh wow, this is a new low. Oh my goodness. Mm. That almost, mm. Oh wow. No. Right. A Freudian slip. Anyone else have any thoughts? Okay, I'll move on. All right. One more NBA note. Jared Vanderbilt agreed to a 4-year, $48 million extension with the Lakers, locking up a defensive-minded forward a couple of weeks before the start of training camp, which is not that far away. Sources said the new deal includes a player option in the fourth and final year. Vanderbilt was acquired from the Jazz in a flurry of moves that Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka orchestrated near the trade deadline last season. A key piece in the Lakers' late postseason push in the playing game and went all the way to the Western Conference Finals, which I was not surprised by, actually. He averaged 7.2 points and 6.7 rebounds with 1.2 steals in 26 games and 24 starts after joining the Lakers. He was often asked by Lakers coach David Ham to guard the opposing team's most lethal weapons. He is the fifth Laker player to receive an extension. Others include Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. Hey, sounds like the Lakers might have something going here this year, guys. I mean, I think they got a pretty good stack lineup. So, can the Lakers continue on the success they had late last season and maybe make it back to the Western Conference Finals or maybe even the finals? Steve, your thoughts about Vanderbilt with the extension he got, and five players on the Lakers got extensions. So can they make a deep run in the postseason again? Okay. Right. Yes. All right. Okay. Steve Kent, welcome back. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Jimmy. All right. Mike, did I get you? Go ahead, Mike. Diane. Okay. All right. All right. Sean. Okay. All right. Taylor. Do the Lakers have a chance to repeat the success they had late last season and maybe make it back to the Western Conference Finals or maybe even the finals? Okay. And Alex. And Alex. Yes. Okay. Neither am I. Right. Okay. I'll give you that. All right. I don't know if anybody caught the U.S. Open final last week, but well, the Joker did it again. He defeated Medvedev in 4 sets to win his 24th Grand Slam title last week. That ties Margaret Court for the most majors of all time. It was the latest record-setting milestone for the Joker, who has the most majors won on the men's side, and moved ahead of Serena Williams to win 24 in the Open era, dating back to 1968. Now, here's the interesting thing, guys. Court also won 24 titles, but 13 of those, the 24, were before professionals were admitted in to play in slam events. So there's a big difference right there. Djokovic has now won titles at exactly one third of the majors he's played. The majors he's played in 20. He's played in 72 events and has won 24 majors. He has reached 36 finals in Grand Slam events. When the rankings were released last week, last week, Dvorak will enter his record-setting 390th week at number one, the most by any male or female player in ATP or WTA rankings. He was visibly sobbing in joy, that is, though, at the conclusion of the 3-hour plus match before running over the box that included family members and his teammates and a few A-list stars as well. Soon, Dvorak was donning a blue T-shirt that read "Mamba Forever," a tribute to his late friend Kobe Bryant. Yes, they do actually know each other. On the front of the picture, both of them was on the back of number 24 in purple, one of the two numbers Kobe wore during his Hall of Fame career. I had no doubt that Djokovic was going to win that match anyway. I mean, he looked too strong, and even knocking out Carlos Alcaraz, or sometimes Alcatraz, just a little joke. I knew that there was no doubt in my mind that Djokovic was going to take this title, and it's a welcome relief for him because last year at this time he wasn't allowed to play in the Open um, due to the not receiving the vaccine, but now that is all cleared up. So it was a welcome to have Djokovic back playing tennis in New York again, and a well-deserved victory. Any thoughts on the Joker's latest Grand Slam victory, Steve? I thought so. Steve Kent. Yes, yes. Okay, Mike. Yes. Diane. Jimmy. Did I get you? Sean. Assuming you ball tennis. I'll get back to you. Taylor. Any thoughts on Djokovic's latest victory? Yeah, the Joker. You can say that again. And Alex. Yeah, right. Legendary. Oh dear. Should have done that. All right, Diane. Any trivia notes you want to bring? Okay, listen carefully to the question, guys. All right. Wait, could you speak up again, Di? I couldn't hear all of it. Speak up. Yeah, please. Oh, oh, the commissioner's trophy. Hmm. Nope. Read the names again, Di. I'm gonna say the Giants. Yes. Okay. Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks. Speaking of speaking of baseball, but got some baseball news here. Now that we're 2 weeks away from the season, regular season ending. Uh, Texas Ranger, Texas Ranger right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer will undergo an MRI after suffering a spasm in his right tricep back on Wednesday. Oh boy. Manager Bruce Bochy and trainer came out to the mound in the sixth inning after Scherzer felt discomfort. His first pitch to Bo Bichette. After being discussing, Scherzer walked off the field and was replaced by right-hander Jose Leclerc. Scherzer at 13-6 uh, did not give up a run before leaving the game and snapped a four-game losing streak. He threw 73 pitches, 49 were strikes. We needed a good win tonight, and we got it, said Scherzer. The three-time Cy Young winner said began to feel tightness in the sixth and thought it would pass. Obviously, it did not. When I threw the curveball, it felt more like a Charlie horse. That's not good. You know you're in trouble when you have that. He attempted to throw more pitches, but was not able to do so. Bochy said he decided to take a more cautious approach rather than having Scherzer continue to pitch. Makes a good point there. Just kind of a tough break for the Rangers because they're trying to fight for a wild card spot as well against the as they're a little bit behind the Houston Astros. Yeah. Exactly. What does Gerald think about that? Yeah, Gerald, your thoughts on Scherzer? No comment. All right, Mike. I know. I know. Yes. Diane. No comment. Okay. Uh, Sean. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Taylor. He's injured. I think he's going to be out for the season at this point. I mean, there's only 2 weeks left. Yeah. Oh boy. Bye bye. Yes. Yeah. Right. Alex. No. Yes. Yes. Right. Okay. Speak. Right. Yes. Speaking of injuries, the Rays placed outfielder Jose Siri on the 10-day injured list with a right hand fracture. He has 25 home runs in the season. He was hit by a pitch in the fifth inning in Monday's game against the Twins. He stayed in to run, but left the game in the bottom half of the inning. Manager Kevin Cash said it's a big loss. Jose brings a lot of good defensive lines up to center field lines, up and better, and offensively, the things with the power, we will find a way to work around that. Cash said that Siri had X-rays and returned to Florida for more examinations. Cash expressed hope on Monday that'll be a short stint, maybe 3 weeks, and make it just in time for the postseason, but too soon to tell. Infielder Chris Mead from AAA Durham took over and was 0 for 1 and was a pinch hitter in the loss to the Twins. Tough break for Tampa as they're trying to, fight their way back into the AL East against the Orioles. So this could be costly to the Rays, guys. What do you make of that? Mm. Steve, they do. Yeah, right. Yes, right. Yeah, yes, right. Okay, Alex. Yeah, yes, right. Yes, Taylor. All right, Sean. Okay, it was on the Texas Rangers pitcher. So it looks like he's going to be out for like 3 weeks, which is cutting into like almost another Texas Ranger. Yeah, Jose, Jose Siri. Yeah, for Tampa, Jose Siri. Rays. Excuse me. Yes. Yeah, because it's a tight race in that division. So one one key loss, could really yeah, it does. All right. Anyone else? Okay. But probably the biggest injury, or maybe not, depending on how you look at it, Shoni Otani is done for the year, officially. Not just for pitching, but for hitting as well, as he was placed on the 10-day injured list with an oblique injury, today ending his season. This comes a day after his locker was cleared out for any explanation whatsoever. He also missed the previous 11 games with an oblique injury. And to make matters worse, it may be the last time we see him in an Angels uniform, as he is due to become a free agent at the end of the World Series. So, the Angels really didn't have much of a chance to make the postseason. But, you know, I mean, what do the Angels fans come out to see? You think they come out to see for, all the other players? No, just Shoni Otani. And now that he's out, I think the Angels fans are going to be, leaving the stadium, and because they really don't have much of a hope at all now. It's just a tough break. I mean, he's one of the best players in the game. The only two-way player in baseball. I mean, he was a sensation, and now this happened. I mean, he was done pitching, but he still had hope to hit. Now he's done. A major disappointment for the Angels. All right, Steve, your thoughts on Otani's ending? Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think it's gonna be career-ending, Steve. I mean, that's jumping the gun a bit, but it is sad nonetheless. All right, Jimmy. Right. No, 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 you don't. Right, Mike. Otani done for the year. He is done. He's done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Anyone else? And surgery is expected soon. I'm just getting word on that right now, but we'll dive more into that later. We'll do the rest. We'll do the rest. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Yes. You're gonna have to. All right, we'll deal with the rest of the news later. Right now, we're gonna get our college and pro football picks ready. So get ready, guys. All right. Nothing in the major top 25 on Thursday and Friday, so we'll go to Saturday. By the way, for those of you new who don't come in have not come in football season before, we always jump to the week ahead because by the time this show airs, half the games are already done and no sense going backwards. All right, so we guys are ready? Can I get a yes here? Can I get a yes? Thank you. All right. Okay, starting with Saturday. Oh, here's a good one. Michigan. Oh, great. Michigan versus Rutgers. Okay, Taylor, go ahead. Of course. Of course. Right. All right. Okay. All right. Steve, Jimmy, Mike, Diane, Sean, Gerald. I hate to go against my home team, but I have to go Michigan here. But I do think it'll be a much better game than most people think. Okay, number three, Florida State versus the once almighty Clemson. Sorry about that. Steve, you still also for Clemson. Okay, Mike. All right, Jimmy, Diane, Sean, Taylor, and Gerald. I'm gonna go Florida State. Okay, number 19, Oklahoma versus Cincinnati. Steve. All right. Mike, Jimmy, Diane, Sean. Taylor, and Gerald. Oklahoma. Okay, we're making unanimous. All right, jumping ahead. All right, ooh, good match here. Number 10, Alabama versus number 17, Ole Miss. All right, Steve, go ahead. Yeah, but they're not as good as they used to be. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, Jimmy, Diane, Mike, Sean, Taylor, and Gerald. You know what? I think you got a point there. I'm going to go to Ole Miss too. Sorry, guys. Okay. I mean, Alabama is not what they used to be. Ooh, good matchup here, fellas. Listen to this. Ready? Utah, number 12 versus Utah number 12 versus number 24, UCLA. That's how the spot clears up. Okay, Steve. You said Utah. All right, Mike, Jimmy. All right, Diane. All right, Sean, Taylor, and Gerald. Yeah, I think Utah's a safe bet. Just Utah. Just Utah. Just Utah. The Utes. Yeah. Remember, I always jump a week ahead, Steve. Remember that because, like I said before. Okay. Ooh, another good matchup here. Number 13, Oregon versus number 18, Colorado. Steve. Okay. Mike. Jimmy. Okay, that was a clue. All right. Diane. Sean. Taylor. And Gerald. I'm gonna go with Colorado too. I like Colorado's football style. Okay, number 21, Duke versus UConn, which would make a better basketball match if you ask me, but this is football. All right, Steve, do it. That's my act. Okay, Mike. Okay, Jimmy. Diane. Sean. Taylor. And Gerald. Okay, Duke it is. Yeah. Number 22, Miami versus Temple. And again, another good basketball matchup, but this is football. Steve. Philadelphia. Miami. Temple. Thought you'd say that. Uh, Mike. Jimmy. Of course, I had to ask. I should have went with you first. Diane. Sean. Taylor. And Gerald. Okay. I wish they stopped putting these games on at 3:30 though. All right. Moving along. Moving down to all right. All right, this should be an easy matchup. Number 11, Tennessee versus USTA. Uh, just humor me, guys. Is Tennessee going to blow out USTA? All those in favor say yes. Yes, yes. No brainer, no brainer. UST. Yeah, it's USTA. UTSA. UTSA. Excuse me. That's in Texas, but I don't think it's. Um, I think Gerald will better clarify on that because that's Texas. Mm-hmm. University of Texas, right? University of Texas Southern. Yeah, I still think. Yeah, I still think Tennessee's going to take it. All right, moving on. LSU versus Arkansas. LSU is 14th ranked. Steve. All right, Mike. Jimmy. Okay, he's got that. All right, Diane. All right, Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Okay, LSU it is. All right. Oh, good matchup here, guys. Listen carefully. Number 16, Oregon State. What's Oregon State, Steve? Against Washington State. Steve. All right, Mike. Jimmy. Sean. Diane. Taylor. Gerald. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Washington State. Mhm. All right. Okay, this one should be easy, fairly easy. Number one, Georgia versus. Oh, wait. Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Georgia versus UAB, which is in Alabama. Steve, thank you. Mike, Jimmy, yes. All those in favor. All right. All right. Battle of Texas. Okay, Battle of Texas here. Number four, Texas versus Baylor. Gerald. All right. Steve, Mike, Mike, Jimmy. Gonna go with Baylor. Ooh. Sean. Sean. Yeah. Texas Baylor. All right. Taylor. I think it's in Texas. I'm going Texas too. All right. Good game here Saturday night, guys. Listen to this carefully. Okay, listen to this one, guys. Number 6, Ohio State versus number 9, Notre Dame. Oh boy. Steve. Oh, it better be. It better be. I thought you would. Mike, Jimmy. Okay, Diane, Sean, Taylor. Oh yeah. Gerald. You bet. Yeah, well, who is it? He didn't say. Right. Matt, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I'm gonna go Ohio State, but it's gonna be a very close game. This might be the best game of the year. Maybe. All right. Ooh, another good matchup here. Number 7, Penn State against number 25, Iowa. Both at 7:30. Oh, come on, fellas. Give me a break. Two good games. I'm going to have to miss one. Dirty dog. All right, Steve. Penn State, Iowa. Mike, Jimmy. I mean, I hate when they do this. Diane, Sean, Taylor, Taylor. Okay, I didn't hear you. Gerald, I'll go back to you. Matt, yeah, I'm gonna go Penn State too. I think Gerald said Penn State. All right. Okay. Number 15, Kansas State versus Central Florida. Steve. All right, Mike, Jimmy, Diane, Sean, Taylor. Yeah. Gerald, that's better. And Matt, Kansas State. Kansas State is. All right. North Carolina versus Pittsburgh. Steve. All right. Mike. All right. Jimmy. Said them with very confidence, too. I like that. Diane. Sean. Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Matt. Alex. North Carolina it is. Okay. Got a good crowd here tonight. I like it. I like it. And finally, in the top 25, plus our hometown teams. Oh, no, we got two more. I'm sorry. Number 5, USC versus ASU. Steve. Okay, Diane. Okay. USC versus Arizona State. Okay. All right. What do you got? Mike, Jimmy. All right. Uh, Sean, Taylor, Gerald. He's speechless. Alex. All right. Alex, go Trojans. Finally, Washington, number 8 versus California. Steve. Right. Mike, Jimmy. No word. All right. Uh, Diane. Okay. Sean, Taylor, Gerald, Matt, and Alex. Jimmy, who do you have? I didn't get you. Thank you. Okay. Ready for the NFL? Okay, ready for the NFL? Good, good. All right, ready? Let's go. All right, first matchup. The Packers versus the Falcons. Steve. He says the Packers. Okay, Mike. Mike. All right, Jimmy. Diane. Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Man. Matt. Alex. Okay, I'm going with the Packers. Wow. There's one every crowd, folks. Okay. Raiders, Bills. Oh, Diane. Of course. Steve. Right. Jimmy. No, it's the Raiders and Bills. Raiders and Bills. Okay. All right. Mike. Okay, Raiders. Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Matt. Alex. Alex. Okay, I'm going with the Bills. Rebound. Okay. Ravens, Bengals. Steve. All right. Mike. Jimmy. Diane. Okay, Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Matt. Okay, and Alex. Yeah, I'll go Ravens a close one too. All right. The Seahawks versus the Lions. Taylor, why don't you take this one first? Okay. Steve. All right. Mike. Mike. Jimmy. All right. Diane. Sean. Gerald. And, oh, Matt. Ooh. And Alex. I'm gonna go with the Lions too. Right. Moving along. Okay. Chargers versus Titans. Steve. Okay. Mike. Jimmy. Diane. Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Alex. Alex. I think Chargers and Matt. Okay, I'm going with Chargers too. All right. Bears and the yeah, Bears versus the Bucks. Steve. The um, yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right. Mike. All right. Jimmy. Diane. Sean. Taylor. Bears and Bucks. All right. Gerald. Okay. Matt and Alex. Yeah, I'll book all the Bucks too. All right. Chiefs. Jaguars. Steve. All right. Mike. Okay. Uh, Jimmy. Diane. All right. Sean. Taylor. Right. Gerald. Matt. Okay. And Alex. Yes. Okay. I'm taking the Chiefs. Okay. Colts versus Texans. This should be easy. Steve. You're saying Colts, right? Colts and Texans. Okay. Okay. Mike. All right. Uh, okay. Jimmy. Jimmy. Diane. Sean. All right. Taylor. Mm. All right. Gerald. Okay. Uh, Alex. Alex. Yeah. Right. Alex. Alex. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. Right. Matt. Okay. Another caller from Washington. We have okay. We have the Colts. We have the Colts and the Texans. Who do you have? Washington. You're on. Hmm. All right. Moving on. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think I know who it is. Okay. The Battle of California. The 49ers versus the Rams. Steve. Okay. Taking Colts. All right. Okay. Jimmy. Mike. Diane. Sean. Taylor. Gerald. Okay. Okay. Alex. Matt. Okay, and Washington. Captain. Oh yeah, Captain. Who do you have? Oh, well, you came on, so I thought I. Ah, okay. All right, moving on. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in anyway. Okay, Giants Cardinals. I'll start with the local crew first. Mike. All right, Jimmy, Diane. All right, Alex, Sean, Steve. Figured you'd say that. Taylor. Right. Gerald. Yeah. Yes. Matt. Okay. Captain, anytime you want to come in, just let me know. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Jets, Cowboys. Again, start with the local crew. Mike, Jimmy, Diane, Sean, Alex, Steve, Steve, Taylor, Gerald. You do gotta make it official. That's correct. Uh, who did I miss? Matt. Matt. And guys, I think we got a record here today. Oh boy. All right. Greg, do you have the Jets or the Cowboys? All right. All right. Who do you got? Who do you got? Jets or Cowboys? Okay, that's true. Okay, I gotta move on, guys. I only got 15 minutes. I gotta move on. Okay, Commanders versus the Broncos. Steve. All right, Mike, Jimmy. Okay, Diane. Okay, Sean, Taylor, Gerald, Matt, Greg, Denver. I'm going Denver too. Dolphins, Patriots. Alex. Oh, he left. I'm sorry. Steve, Mike, Jimmy, Diane. Diane. I had to ask. Diane. Sean, Taylor, Gerald, Matt, and Greg. No, it's very funny. It's between Miami and the Dolphins and Patriots. As much as I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go Patriots too. Monday night, the Saints versus the Panthers. Okay, Steve. All right, Mike, Jimmy, Diane, Sean, Taylor, Gerald, Matt, and Greg. I'll go with the Saints too. All right. This year, of course, we're doing something new. We're going with the Thursday games for next week as well. So we're going to do that for the Thursday for the 21st. Okay, here's a doozy for you. Giants 49ers. That game might be locally seen here. Okay, Mike, of course. Uh, Jimmy, Diane, Diane. No comment. Sean, it's the Giants and 49ers. That's next Thursday. He said 49ers. Okay, Steve. Hey, Taylor. Uh, Gerald, Matt, Greg. So am I. 49ers. Okay, we got the WNBA playoffs that are now in session. I know we don't cover that much, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And all right, first up, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to last night. We have the Mystics versus the Liberty. Steve, who you got? All right, Mike. Thank you, Jimmy. Sorry, Diane. All right, Sean. I assume that everybody follows the WNBA. I'll just read down the list. Um, Washington is facing the New York Liberty. The Liberty are up 1-0 so far. The Dallas Wings being the Atlanta Dream. They're up 1-0 in their series. Um, Connecticut leads Minnesota 1-0 in their series, and the Vegas Aces lead the Chicago Sky 1-0 in that series. So let's take a look at that. All right, so now we'll go back to baseball. It's too many. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll go back to baseball or football, as the case may be. Panthers quarterback. Right. All right. Steelers wide receiver Deontay Johnson is expected to be sidelined for a few weeks due to a hamstring injury against the 49ers last week. Coach Mike Tomlin said he is likely not available for Monday's game against the Browns. Last week's game, that is. Johnson was one of two injuries the Steelers suffered in the opening loss to the 49ers. Defensive tackle Cameron Hayward suffered a groin injury and could miss several weeks, the source told ESPN. Tomlin said then Hayward would be undergoing surgery, but was not able to clarify a timeline for a return after he had surgery. Both Hayward and Johnson suffered injuries in the first half. After making his biggest play of the day, a 26-yard reception, Johnson appeared to go down in a very awkward position. He had been helped off the field into the locker room after short evaluation in the medical tent. Johnson finished with 3 catches, 6 targets for 48 yards. Jason Horn, who missed 18 games in his first 2 seasons, is going to miss Monday's game against the Saints. I should say, yeah. A league source told ESPN that Horn, who was selected 8th in 2021, will miss several weeks with the injury that he suffered in the loss to the Falcons last Sunday. Horn will likely be replaced by Troy Hill, according to head coach Frank Reich. He played well. He played well after he was replaced Horn on Sunday. Horn suffered a season-ending foot injury in the third game of his rookie season. He missed 4 games of the 2022 season with a wrist fracture. UV Darvish had a slim chance of returning to the Padres this season is now over as of a stress fracture on the tip of his right elbow that forced him to shut down his throwing program for what remains of the Padres' disappointing season. Darvish has not pitched since August 25th, continues to express irritation while playing catch from about 90 feet, and decided to stop throwing in hopes of avoiding the stress fracture. No such luck. I tried to throw, but it didn't go the way I wanted to. Darvish landed the injured list for what is described as elbow inflammation. A follow-up to an MRI revealed the bone spur and not a UCL might have been the cause of the relief for someone who went through Tommy John surgery. A stress reaction ended Darvish's season 2018 abruptly, but came back in 2019, made 31 saves. And another loss for the Padres. And congratulations on the Braves as they now won the division again for the 6th straight time. They're having quite a season here, and it looks like they're going to have a great run in the postseason. I'm still thinking it's going to be Dodgers and Braves in the NLCS. They won their 6th straight division title behind over the Phillies behind Spencer Stride's 17th win of the year and 2 home run by Austin Riley. Kirby Yates struck out Brandon Marsh to end the game as the Braves fans danced around the field and sent the Philly fans home in an uproar. The scoreboard read, "Congratulations, Braves, NL Division champions." Braves star Ronald Acuna responded to the booing by raising his arms, said, "Let's go." All right, Greg, go ahead with your quick golf point. Go ahead. All right, go with your golf thing. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sure. And the Ryder Cup is 2 weeks away, so I'll be keeping my eye on that. Oh, and for you Red Sox fans, well, I don't know what to think of this, but they fired their chief officer Chan Bloom after 4 seasons on the job. The Red Sox made the announcement before the start of Thursday's doubleheader against the Yankees. They took the first 2 games of the 4-game series to drop the Red Sox in a tie for last place. And Kenneth Gainwell, cornerback James Bradbury, and safety Greg Blankenship were ruled out for Thursday's game against the Vikings. Ruled out. Bradley is still in concussion protocol. Gainwell and Blankenship are dealing with rib injuries. Defensive tackle Fletcher Koch was suffering a rib injury and was listed as questionable. Mm. Injuries are piling up already, and it's only the second week of the year. What a shame. That's what happens when you yeah. And Braden Cooks of the Cowboys, it's gonna be trouble. He's dealing with a slight sprain on his MCL in one of his knees. There is still a chance he'll play against the Jets tomorrow. Cooks have been not been in practice all week, going through rehab on the side. He suffered the injury on last week's lopsided win over the Giants, where he caught 2 passes for 22 yards while playing 34 of 58 offensive snaps, and is 4th among Cowboys receivers and running backs. Quickly to this week in history. I only got about a few minutes, so let's keep it moving here. I'm very impressed with the crowd today, folks. Oops. Okay. Weekend sports history. I always want to look at George Stephanopoulos in there. Oh well. Okay. Guys still with me? Thank you. All right. So we'll just do some recent history. I think that'd be more appropriate here. All right. Beginning with 1931, the Cardinals repeated as national NL champions with a 6-3 win over the Pirates. 1937, the Redskins played their first game in Washington at Griffin Stadium and beat the Giants 13-3 in the season opener. How about that, Steve? 1940, Leo DeRocher suspended from Ebbets Field for enticing a riot. Okay, wow. That's interesting. 1955, Mickey Mouse pulls a hamstring muscle running out on a bunt. Oof. Milwaukee Braves future Hall of Famer Warren Spahn no hits Philadelphia in a 4-0 win at County Stadium over the Brewers in 1960. 1973, O.J. Simpson rushes for a then record 250 yards in the Bills' 31-13 win at New England. Okay. Oops. It's the wrong way. Yeah. All right. Suspended for starting a riot. Even back then. How do you like that? 1978, Yankees beat Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. Blue Bombers' sixth win over their arch rivals in 2 weeks. 1979 as Catfish Hunter Day. 1988, Reds Tom Browning pitches a perfect game against the Dodgers. Well, I like that. Against the Dodgers. 1993, Minnesota Twins Dave Winfield is 19 to get 3,000 hits. Yeah. Greg Max sets the Braves sets a record of 17 consecutive road victories in 1995. 1996, Paul Molitor becomes the 21st player to reach 3,000 hits. 1997, Mark McGwire signs with the St. Louis Cardinals for $26 million. Yuck. 2000, Sammy Sosa becomes the second player to hit 50 or more home runs in 3 consecutive seasons, second only to Mark McGwire. Okay. 2012, the NHL locks out its players after the collective bargaining agreement expires. And Diane, I think the Devils got some news as one of their players got a deal as well. All right, guys, we're running out of time, so I'm going to end it at that. I'll explain it later to you, Diane. But we got to run. Rashawn's coming up next with his show, and a fine show it is. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube and put in the Enhanced Sports Show. Remember, type it in as exactly as they say. Otherwise, it's not gonna come up, I don't think. So on that note, I'll leave it at that. And don't forget to join us again next week, same time, same station. On that note, have a good evening and good night. Yes, just let me yeah. Oh, okay, hang on a second while I do the close out the show here. Oh, okay, go down. Yeah, 2 good games at the same time next week. Yuck.